A crucial matchup takes place in the featherweight division this weekend when Arnold Allen takes on Melquizael Costa in the main event. And in my opinion, this fight comes down to one thing: what do you value more, Arnold Allen's losses or Melquizael Costa's wins? Let me explain. In his last six fights, Arnold Allen has lost to Gene Silva, who's a beast, beat Giga Chikadze, lost to Movzar Evloev, lost to Max Holloway, beat Calvin Cater, and beat Dan Hooker. While some of his wins are impressive, these are not the best wins. Calvin Cater was a shell of his former self by the time this fight took place. He injured his knee very badly in this fight. Dan Hooker was a shell of himself when he cut down to featherweight. And Giga Chikadze is just an old man who's lost a bunch. And Arnold Allen, while won this fight pretty clearly, it wasn't really a dominant win where he knocked down Giga Chikadze all over the place and just beat the shit out of him. Kevin Vallejo's just knocked out Giga Chikadze in the second round. And whenever Arnold Allen has taken that step up in comp, he has lost. He lost 4-1 to Max Holloway in my books. It could be 3-2. He lost to Movzar Evloev pretty clearly in my books, though it's perceived to be a controversial decision. Don't really think so. I think Evloev won rounds 1 and 2, and he lost to Gene Silva in rounds 2 and 3 as well after having a really great first round. On the other hand, in his last six fights, Melquizael Costa has knocked out Dan Ige. Very impressive. Dan Ige is for the who's who of the featherweight division, and I don't think he's even been knocked down, let alone knocked out. He scrapped with Josh Emmett. He beat Morgan Charrier via massive head kick KO. Morgan Charrier has lost a few of his fights, but it's really hard to knock him out. He beat Julian Erosa in a pretty good fight. He beat Christian Rodriguez, who's a high quality opponent in my books, not ranked level, but he could be ranked actually. If Yair Rodriguez can be ranked, if Patricio Pitbull and Aaron Pico can be ranked, and Christian Rodriguez can be ranked too. Andre Fili is a very tough, great veteran, and Shailan Nurdenbecki, who is also an underrated fighter. If you remember, Shailan Nurdenbecki actually had Steve Garcia rocked all over the place. And if you notice, Melquizael Costa has had four fights in 2025 and he's already had one in 2026. On the other hand, Arnold Allen has been pretty inactive. You see, he fought John Silva in the beginning of 2026, two fights in 2024, one in 2023, one in 2022, and it's like two in 2022. And yeah, so Arnold Allen has been a pretty inconsistent fighter as far as activity is concerned. He always looks great in his fights, but for some reason he can't break through to the upper echelon of the rankings. And that's why, in my opinion, I think Melquizael Costa is going to win this fight. I think he's that good where he can pick up a win over Arnold Allen. He's a great grappler. He is very dangerous with his kicks, has good boxing as well, can scramble like crazy, great in the clinch. And while Arnold Allen is great, he's not really a knockout threat in that sense. He barely ever gets knockouts. He's pretty much knocked out only Dan Hooker in the recent past. If you can see here, he didn't knock out Sadiq Yusuf. He couldn't knock out Nick Lenz back in the day. He hasn't knocked out. Yeah, so basically his only notable knockout victory is Dan Hooker. On the other hand, Melquizael Costa has knockout wins over Morgan Charrier as well as Dan Ige in devastating fashion. And Arnold Allen doesn't really go for takedowns either. And I think Melquizael Costa is going to have the advantage in the grappling anyway. He's a great scrambler. So therefore, in my opinion, I value the wins of Melquizael Costa over the losses of Arnold Allen. And I think he's going to win this fight. And I'm just going to state my opinion here in something completely unrelated. Yeah, I think Melquizael Costa is going to win this fight. But regardless of that, guys, watch this fight over Rousey versus Carano. If I don't know what time it's going to be, but if you have to watch one event, watch this event. These guys are real talented fighters. These guys need your viewership and your support to get the opportunities that they deserve. Both of them are so freaking talented. Both of them are so freaking good. Regardless of who wins, who loses, we don't need to watch those two arrogant grandmas fight. I mean, Gina Carano seems like a pretty nice person, but Ronda Rousey's just been acting so obnoxious in the lead up to this fight. So yeah, support Arnold Allen, support Melky Costa. This is going to be such a great fight. I can't wait. Peace.